Driving a Tesla here in the Seattle area has now become toxic. Owners are scrubbing off logos amid rising Elon Musk anger. This is seriously one of the greatest things ever, because it just goes to show the absolute hypocrisy of the left. They loved Tesla. They loved Elon Musk. He's building electric cars for everybody. They loved him. And then he becomes part of the, unofficial Trump administration. And they're like, oh, good Lord, he's cutting our programs. Oh, we can't have that. We got to cancel that guy. Tesla's bad. Orange Man bad. Tesla bad. Elon bad. So let's go ahead and scrub off the logos on our, that is literally what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. That's your solution for this. You're going to scrub off as if people aren't going to tell that that's a damn Tesla. I don't know if you know this, but most Teslas have kind of a unique shape to them. It makes them, unique. Let's get into this one. This is some crazy nonsense, right? This is Looney Tune nonsense. Here we go. We got to watch this video. There's so much good stuff coming out of Seattle because people are mentally challenged. Oh, here we go.
The FBI is launching a task force to investigate Tesla vandalism. The director of the agency is calling it domestic terrorism.
Yep.
And it comes after what the Trump administration
Look at this.
calls a series of
Look at this.
attacks on cars, charging stations, and dealerships across the country. And that does include here in Western Washington.
Do you guys not understand that you're firebombing other liberals' cars because of the guy at Doge? I mean, make that make sense. Walk me through how that makes sense. I mean, I don't really care how Tesla does. I don't have a Tesla. Never getting a Tesla. I think electric cars are a scam. I think they're ridiculous. The batteries themselves, have you ever seen a Tesla battery? That bad boy is going to be around in the toxic landfill for billions of years, right? I don't even know what it is, but it's a lot.
We have seen several attacks in our area, and we're getting a look at another one of them in Seattle. Tower 7's Jason Sloss is live in
Watch
the
this one.
Seattle neighborhood. And Jason, a couple showed you what happened to their Tesla.
Yeah, and it happened right down 11th Avenue here. The Tesla owners say it didn't take them long to figure out how and why their car was damaged.
Here's another thing, how dumb these people on the left are, is Tesla has probably the most cameras of any mass-produced car out there, right? I mean, am I wrong? They've got a dozen cameras. A camera from this angle, camera from this angle. I mean, if you do something to a Tesla, you're gonna be filmed. These people not understand that? They're mentally challenged. That's why they're doing this. They literally have a lower IQ than the average person in the population. Elon is bad. Let's go vandalize a Tesla.
Friendly, and I mean, when it comes down to it, the car is a nice car, regardless of any political or any affiliation.
Okay.
Ryan and Allie
Whatever.
said they expected good gas mileage, not trouble when they bought their Tesla. But trouble is what the couple ran into last Sunday when someone vandalized their car. And the Tesla's camera caught the whole thing. Less than 30 seconds after parking to check out an apartment in Seattle's First Hill.
Look at this weirdo. Look at this weirdo.
Moments later, they return.
Oh, he runs up. Oh, he keys it. Oh, he's videoing it. Oh, run, Forrest, run. That is the most cowardice act ever. You scurry past it, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get out my camera. Let me get out the camera on my phone. And I'm going to run up to it real fast. I'm going to score it with my key because that'll show Elon. This isn't owned by Tesla, numbnuts. This is owned by a private party who has the same political belief system that you do. That's why they have a Tesla. That's why you don't see a lot of Republicans rolling around in their Tesla, right? Because it's like, yeah, I mean, okay, but I'm just going to keep going with the gas-powered cars for a while because, because that's what we're doing.
You can tell in the video, too, like, they're actively
Look at that guy.
starting to record, and they're recording the whole thing. You can easily tell this is a targeted, like, there's intent there. And they, kind of a mockery of it, right? With all the recording.
Seconds later, the vandal runs off. The owners, who asked to remain anonymous,
Weirdo.
notice the damage about a half hour later and say since then they have felt unsettled and somewhat fearful.
Look at that guy. I hate Elon Musk so bad. How have these people been infiltrated so hard that they mentally infiltrated? How have they gotten to the point that they think that, basically domestic terrorism is the answer to their problems? Let's go firebomb a Tesla. This greatest idea ever. It's like, when Bud Light did that ridiculous thing with Dylan Mulvaney, gave him his own beer and, with Bud Light on it, and Bud Light, you know what Bud Light people did? They just didn't buy Bud Light in droves. They didn't light cars on fire. They didn't go up and score people's cars, knowing full well that they're basically scoring people's cars that believe what they do. Oh, this will show them. This will really show them. This incident here is just how far the left has gotten off track. And I say, just let them go. Let them keep going, because I don't own a Tesla.
The bus, should I worry about my safety? And it's sad to see that, not just myself, but other people's lives are being affected.
They suspect the vandal was lashing out against Tesla CEO Elon Musk, such is the case in New.
He doesn't own that Tesla, but maybe somebody should give numbnuts that message. Elon doesn't own that. You're not really impacting him. You're impacting a car owner, a private car owner. But let's just go with activism anyway, right? That's the mental mindset. And it's mentally challenged.
Numerous incidents around the Puget Sound and
look at that
country, as the FBI says it's now cracking down on those crimes.
I would want people to know that attacking someone's personal vehicle isn't really having the effect that you think it is. It's kind of sad.
Look at this numbnut. Oh, I'm really scoring it up. That'll show him.
Justify crime.
Random.
And now they have to spend time and money to get work done on their car, and they have also filed a police report. Live in Seattle, Jason Sloss.
Seattle, that's really going to go somewhere, right? That's really going to go somewhere. Some Tesla owners are taking extreme steps to protect themselves from vandalism as acts of aggression against Tesla. Tesla owners and Elon Musk himself ramp up across the nation. This is the most misguided nonsense I have ever heard of. I mean, this is just, using a heat gun, a screw gun, and fishing line. Jordan Schwartz revealed to King 5 that he removed the Tesla logos from his vehicle. All right? It's symbolic, but I think symbols matter. Schwartz told King 5, it's tearing down a flag. It's raising a flag. Not really, but if in your delusional state where you think this is something good to be done, all right, not my car, you can do whatever you want. But guess what? I still know it's a Tesla. Guess what? Everybody else around us still knows it's a Tesla. So, yeah. How are you gonna hide that? Oh, it's symbolic. According to Schwartz, he's not removing the logos from his car out of fear of retaliation, but out of concern for Musk's politics and that he might be an anti-Semite. So you're gonna protest his car? All right. You're gonna protest used vehicles owned by private parties. Okay? That's really going to show Elon. You know what? He owns 6 companies. He doesn't give a shit what you do. He truly does not care. Does not care. It's not going to impact him. Doesn't care. He's getting America clean and efficient with Doge, saving hundreds of billions of dollars. He's going down that road. Meanwhile, you're out vandalizing other people's cars. So, make that make sense. But whatever you're doing, keep it up. Because the rest of America is all right, yeah, we want to get as far away from those left-wing lunatics as possible. I won't be cowed by Nazis or people on the left, Schwartz continued. I'm doing this because I want to make a statement about my ideology, not out of fear. Yeah, but you also don't want your car to get jacked either. So I call a little nonsense on that. He has since removed Tesla's logos for several other people's cars, with owners wanting them gone for wide-ranging reasons. Schwartz told King 5 that he would remove the logos for any Tesla owners who wanted the job done. Schwartz even developed a step-by-step guide on how to remove the Tesla logos. Don't care. We're not watching that. Don't care. There's no denying Musk is actively undermining democracy. Really? How? Which part of democracy? Which part of democracy? Yeah, you're a mental midget. And dismantling institutions that care for people in need. Nah, they just waste a lot of money. Yeah, that's what they do. They just waste a lot of money, and the output is not great. So, hey, cancel them. Department of Education, you betcha. You know what I mean? Schwartz wrote in his guide, driving a car made by his company has become toxic. Yeah, but you loved him when he was just that guy building cars. Now you hate him because he's sending rockets to to space and he's rescuing astronauts. Oh, did you see what Elon did? Oh, that's horrible. They should put those astronauts back into space. That's where those people belong. Just send them back up there. They can collect their $5 a day in overtime. They're terrible people. Those astronauts going into space to help us out. You know what I mean? Who does that? Who says that? Well, people on the left, because they're taking off the tags on their car. That's the most idiotic thing to do. It's like taking a big old F Ford 350 like I have, crew cab, and taking off the Ford on the side. You still know it's a Ford, because you know why? It's a Ford. That's what they look like. This is still a Tesla. Are you mentally challenged? Yes, you are. According to King 5, Teslas are currently the most common electric vehicles on the used car market. Used Teslas have an average price tag of approximately $30,000. 3 years ago, used Teslas were going for $70,000 on average. I have a friend that wants to get an electric vehicle because he feels like it's good for the environment. And I'm like, yeah, what about that battery? About those batteries? Because that's kind of a concern of mine. Yeah, it's not great, but you know what? Electric car. Now you talk to those same folks and you're like, oh, I wouldn't buy a Tesla. Would not buy a Tesla. Virtue signaling. Would not buy a Tesla. Nope. Un-American. Nope. Democracy is at stake. Same bullet points that make 0 sense. They literally make 0 sense. Tesla owners have been victims of attacks, vandalism, and harassment since the company's CEO, Elon Musk, became head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. According to the Justice Department, which is beginning to charge for people vandalizing or destroying Tesla vehicles, one suspect threw 8 Molotov cocktails at a dealership in Salem, Oregon, while another suspect attempted to light Teslas on fire with Molotov cocktails in Loveland, Colorado. That is straight up domestic terrorism, just like what Black Lives Matters did or Buy Large Mansions did. One and the same, right? One and the same. Domestic terrorism. You're lighting cars on fire in America based on a political ideology that is literally just head up ass. But go ahead, just take off the names from your Teslas. I think you're really getting somewhere with that. A third person wrote profane messages against President Trump around Tesla charging stations before lighting the charging stations on fire in Charleston, South Carolina. Okay? All right. You know that other liberals need those charging stations to charge their virtue signaling car, right? They need those Tesla charging stations, and you are depriving them of that. How's that inclusive? How does that make any sense? It doesn't. Car brand has even become a target internationally as 4 Teslas were torched in Berlin, Germany. So my son has a Tesla. He's got a Roadster first generation though, right? Used to be owned by a rock star in the band 311. 311's coming to Redmond here. I think this summer. I was thinking it'd be fun to have my kid take the Tesla and see if we could talk to the guy. And the guy hasn't owned this Tesla, but it's a Roadster, right? I mean, he bought it for spade because it's cool and it's gone up a lot in value. Yeah, it's a Tesla, but it's also kind of first generation electric, rocket car. I think under 60, under 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds is what it was advertised as. Just super fast car. So I asked my son when this story started coming out, hey, can you text your guy he runs a big shop. My son gets his car serviced and he purchased it from a guy who runs a big Tesla Roadster operation in, South King County, White Center, somewhere like that. Ask him, hey, what kind of issues has he had security wise since this old nonsense about, Elon Musk is terrible, so go firebomb a Tesla. Ask him. He said, yeah. He texted the owner of the shop. It's a big, well-known shop. And he said, yeah, we had to move all of the cars that were on our lot that weren't actively being worked on. We had to move them to a more secure location because we were getting threats and people were coming after the Teslas. And, you got somebody's Tesla on your lot that you're working on doing repair to, and it gets firebombed because of some left-wing lunatic. Like the kid that we saw scurry up to the car and then, trash it with his keys. Locally, 6 Teslas at a dealership in Linwood, which is just to the north of downtown Seattle. They were vandalized with swastikas and profane language directly related to Elon Musk. Interesting. That's not very inclusive. That's not very tolerant. That is literally domestic terrorism. In another instance, a man was seen pouring gasoline on the hood of a white Tesla and setting it on fire in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. That's literally what that is, right? It's the land of LGBTQ+. They want to do their own thing? It's the land of chop as well, chop and chaz. You want to do your own thing? That's fine. But the minute somebody comes in with ideology that's slightly different than yours, set that Tesla on fire. Bomb it. Firebomb it, because that'll show them. That'll show Elon. Again, he does not care. He's like, doing what? Oh, I bet you he's pretty proud because he's like, all right, I must be doing something good because these left-wing nut jobs, they're really upset. So that means I'm onto something here, right? Getting rid of all their government, their just programs that, are just, what? You're doing what? Doge found what? Oh, but let's be worked up over it, right? Last weekend, demonstrators gathered outside a Tesla dealership on Highway 99 in Linwood. Similar protests occurred in Virginia, Tennessee, New York City, and Florida. These people are so in their own heads and not understanding that they're only hurting their own kind. But you don't even have to tell them that because they believe, oh yeah, let's put out a system on how to get rid of the logo because this is symbolic. We love the car. Don't get me wrong. Love the car. But the maker of the car, good Lord, that guy has gone crazy. There's Teslas all over where I am in Bellevue. We've got Tesla Cybertrucks up the backside. I mean, there's areas of Seattle, neighborhoods where I go through, well, I'll see 3-4 Tesla Cybertrucks just parked in people's garages, in driveways, parked on the street, just Tesla trucks, because it's liberal land, Montlake, Seattle. It's over by University of Washington. It's on my way to my boat. And, they've got Teslas all day long. They virtue signal that stuff. Oh, we're morally superior because we're driving an electric vehicle. And what always comes down to me is, the carbon emissions, yes. But the way that you get to those carbon emissions with that big battery system, I don't know if you've ever seen a battery in these. They're enormous. Oh, we're just going to recycle them all. At some point in time, those batteries you cannot recycle. They have an end life. And then what are you going to do with them? Well, I'll keep driving my Ford F-350. Thank you very little. Right? Yeah, that's what I'll keep doing. If you want a virtue signal, if you want to go out and get a Tesla, that's great. If you want to vandalize a Tesla, maybe work that through just a little. You know what? Don't. Keep doing it. Not my Tesla. All right. That's it for me. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.